Have you heard that Lilac and Lavender Prismacolor Colored Pencils are retired? They're not making them anymore. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get them because I went on a journey to see how to get them, and I'm going to show you how to get them while they're still around and on the market. Why were Lavender and Lilac retired? Like, why all of a sudden are they retired? The news broke out around November, December timeframe, and there was a mad grab to find all these colored pencils. And the reason that it happened is because there's a raw material shortage for those two colors. They are going to be replaced with two new colors. They're close matches, but not exact, so they have renamed these colors. These colors will be coming out in May, hopefully June, July range. So start looking for them on the market around that time. The new colors are Amethyst PC 1104 and Orchid PC 1105. They're right in order. Lilac was PC 956 and Lavender was PC 934. Why is it hard to find these raw materials? Why can't they just go to a lab and make these colors? Let's take a little bit look at pigments. Pigments have been around for ages. The first pigments that were around were ochre made from iron oxide. It was like the first paint color ever. And it was an inorganic compound. And an inorganic compound just means it's not living, it's rock. So they would find different rocks or different minerals and they would grind them down, and then you can make this fine powder. This fine powder is not soluble in water. So you put it in water and it can't be dissolved in water. So it stays around for a long time. When you put it on a piece of paper, it's not going to get washed off, etc. So these pigments can be put into crayons. They can be put into colored pencils. All that is different in some of these is the way the pigment is put in. Colored pencils, they're not as flaky as crayons. It's like baking. They have different ingredients that they've put in to make crayons. So colored pencils have almost all the same ingredients except for the pigments. Pigments are going to be a little bit different for each colored pencil. It seems that Lavender and Lilac had the same pigment. And a lot of these pigments are named off of where they were located, found, or who discovered them. For example, burnt sienna and raw sienna came from a place in Siena, Italy. There's a color called Hooker's green, and it's in a lot of art supplies, and it was discovered by William Hooker. It's made of plants, plant leaves, certain plant leaves. There's also a color called Indian yellow I found when I was doing this research, and it's made from the urine of cows who only eat mango leaves, but they discovered that the cows that eat mango leaves only did not have a balanced diet, so they discovered that that color was inhumane and they stopped making it. The things you find out, right? When you're doing research. So back to the colored pencils. Now that we know why they were retired, the big question is, how do you find these colors? Prismacolor is one that sells their colors individually. If you're lucky enough to find it online, you might be able to get it, maybe. So the first place that I actually looked at was online because, you know, you can get anything online, right? I actually went to Jerry's Art Supply. I went to Blick. I went to Michael's. Where else did I go? I went to Hobby Lobby online, and none of them had it. But Joann Fabrics did, so I ordered 12 of each. I thought I was going to have this video made by the time I received the order, but guess what? I got some of the order today. They said they could only send me 8 of the 12 pencils, which I'm like, okay, at least I got 8 of them. So this was for the color, I think it was Lilac. And today I got them and they sent me 8 hot pink, which is not Lilac. They told me they can't reorder them for me. I have to reorder them myself, and they're out of stock online, but they would put me on a wait list in case they came back in stock. That they should come back to stock in 2 or 3 weeks. But I know that they probably won't because they stopped making them. So I thought that was going to be the easy way to find the colored pencils. I did today look again online. I saw that the University of Georgia had the colored pencils online. And so I ordered 8 of each of them. We'll see if they're actually the right colored pencil when they come, or like Joann Fabrics, if they're going to be the totally different pencil. I do have a few more pencils coming, so we'll see. If I already published this video before then, I'll leave like a note below that say whether or not I received this pencil, and I'm going to do a blog post, so I'll put it in there too. In order to find these colored pencils, you can either find them individually or in a pack. We have to know which packs we have them in and which ones do not. Otherwise, we won't get the colored pencil. The packs that these come in are as follows. The lilac comes in 48, 72, 132, and 150. Now, the lavender doesn't come in boxes until 132, 150, but there's a botanical and there's also highlights and shade that it also comes in. So if you find either of those boxes, you won't have to pay the price for 132 pencils. Lavender can also be found in the manga set. If you're going to buy these online, if you're hoping to get them online, it's going to be a lot harder to make sure that you have the right color, because Prismacolor has now been putting a sticker on replacing the colors in the colored pencil case, as I found out when I went to the stores. And we'll see which stores had these in stock still, these colors, and which stores didn't. So all the stores that I went to, I had like an hour to go to every store. I was in and out. It was a windy and blustery day. I almost lost my cart in one of the parking lots. I was determined to look for these for you guys so you guys could know where to find these colored pencils. I went to Target first because they opened the earliest. It was like 8:30 in the morning and none of the other stores were open. So when I got to Target, they don't sell them individually. They sold one of the packs. They had the botanical set and I was so excited. I pulled it off the shelf. I couldn't wait to look at it, and I turned it over and there was a sticker. So I found one of the boxes that had lavender in it supposedly, but it had been replaced already. There was a sticker on the back, and that's when I first learned that was happening. So it makes me think that this raw material shortage was a surprise. Otherwise, there would have been more fanfare about it. They wouldn't have had to put stickers on the box. They would have, slowly incorporated it, like changed the box like for 2023, kept all the 2022 boxes, maybe did a box redesign. So it seems to me like it was a quick change. And it had the sticker PC993, which is the pencil, surprisingly enough, that Joann Fabrics sent me. At Michael's, they sell them individually. I was not lucky enough to find them at Michael's. But at Michael's, guess what? They had PC934 there. They had lavender, and it was in the botanical set. There was no sticker on the box, which makes me believe if you bought that box, you opened it, and lavender's not in there, you could return that box of pencils because it does not have the color. So that gives me hope. I also found the 48. The 48 did have a sticker, and it was ultra security because they want to make sure you're not stealing it. Their 72 and 150 set was also available in the store. They had little things that you had to take to the front, so I took them to the front. I was a little awkward. I was like, can I just look at these pencil boxes and take a picture? And the 72 did not have a sticker replacement, so that one probably has lilac and lavender in it. But it's very expensive at Michael's, a lot more expensive than other places. And the 150 count box had a sticker on it, and we now saw what they replaced. They put in the colorless blender PC1077, which is great. I think they should have done that sooner. They didn't specify, but I believe they put in an extra white into that box. You're actually getting 149 pencils because of that change, but it's just temporary. The next store I went to was Walmart, and I had a bit of a hard time finding the Prismacolors. I went to the art aisle, at least that I thought was like where they have Sharpies and Crayola and, other pens and everything. And I found one box of Prismacolor, and I had the person helping me, and I was like, it shows that you have colored pencils in store, but I don't see them. And while we were looking, I saw a box, the Prismacolor sets where you can learn how to draw, and the nature set had PC934 in it, so it had lavender in it. If you want to learn how to draw, that would actually might be a good set to get, because I feel like if you got one of the other sets and you already had like the 150, like you already have these colors you just want to stock up on, you would be getting a different product if you bought this. So Walmart actually did have lavender, which I was kind of surprised at. And so the next place, if you go in Walmart, you have to go to the craft section to the art supplies aisle. That's where the rest of the art supplies are, which took us about 10 minutes. And I told you I didn't have much time, and I was like buying Lucky Charms at the same time. So I was like trying to scoot on out of there. But they didn't have the colors, but they did have it in the other art aisle. The next place I went to was Hobby Lobby, and I got a bit distracted because I got in there and I had heard rumors that Copics were on sale for like $1.99, but I had just not made it over there yet because I'm lazy or something. I don't know. But I saw all the Copics, so I instantly had to grab them all, and I actually wish I would have gotten a video of me grabbing, but it's kind of awkward to ask someone, can you record me grabbing all these pencils? Not pencils, markers. And I went through and I got all the markers, and I was like, can I have a bag to put them in? Because I got like 100 of them. They're like, here's a clear bag, because otherwise you might be stealing them. So I went and I bought all the Copics, and I was so excited about that. And I was like, let's look for these colored pencils. Hobby Lobby is one that would maybe sell individual. So if you go to Hobby Lobby, you might be able to find them, but they didn't have any individual ones there. They did have the 48 count box, and there was no sticker on it, so they might have the lilac in that box. So Hobby Lobby was a plus for lilac. I also found the 72. The 72 did not have a sticker, which is a good sign. The next place I went to was an utter disappointment, like online, Joann Fabrics. I didn't even see any Prismacolor colored pencils. They've replaced all of the colored pencils with Art Smith line. And this was kind of the same at Hobby Lobby. I think they were replacing all the Copic markers with their own line. Like the Hobby Lobby person was like, I told her, she's like, why are you buying all these markers? What are you going to do with them? I'm like, I'm going to do a YouTube video. She's like, you should review our line. And I was like, okay, I don't know. I have nothing against the store brands, but I'm a little hesitant, especially because Target, I'm not the biggest fan of Mondo Llama because it seems like they're getting them out fast and they're not doing a lot of testing on them to make sure that they're like safe for kids and all that stuff. Maybe over time, if there's one store brand that you're like, hey, you need to review this, do so. But I'm not going to go spend hundreds of dollars on these art supplies at random stores because I was very disappointed with Mondo Llama. I bought like 2 or 3 things from it and I was like, whatever. Joann just had all of their line. They had like 2 boxes of Tombow markers, like small boxes, and pretty much nothing else. And I have a small Joann Fabrics store by my house, so maybe if you have a larger one, they might still have the individual colors and they might have the boxes, but mine did not. And then the last place I went to, I went to so many places, guys. And this was at night because I kind of run out of time during the day. And I was like, I should check Staples. So I went into Staples and they actually had some boxes there. They had the botanical set with no sticker, and they had the 48 count box, and that didn't have a sticker either. You have to take it to the front. And I was, after going to Michael's and asking to see them and taking this picture, I was like, no. And even at Staples, I like walk out with nothing, and she's like, what were you looking for? Can we help you find it? Why couldn't you find what you were looking for? And I was like, I actually did find what I was looking for. I didn't want to say. It's just kind of embarrassing to go, I was just seeing what you had in stock so I could tell people on YouTube to come to your store if you had it. You know, this is not a conversation I love to have all the time, but the Staples might also be one that have it. You would just take the little thing to the front and they would look at their boxes, and if there's a sticker, you should be good, and if there's not a sticker, then you shouldn't buy it. I didn't buy any of the boxes that didn't have a sticker, but like I said, I would assume that if it didn't have a sticker and the color's not the same as the color in it, especially if you open it right after you buy it and you don't take it home and then bring it back, I'm sure they'd be like, oh, okay, I'm sorry about that, and you can return it. So what did I learn after searching for these colors? Like, that's kind of why I started this channel, is I love looking for colors, especially Crayola colors I did back in the day, and these are going to be retired, so it'd be nice to have, you know, a few just for posterity's sake or whatnot. I found that they are still in some stores. You're going to have to get the big boxes. If you're lucky enough, you might find them individually in your stores. Like I lucked out finding the Copic markers. I didn't find the Prismacolor, but I found some Copic markers. You can buy them online. You might not get the color. Like I didn't get the color I was supposed to from Joann Fabrics. So buy them and see if you get the color. You can also buy the big boxes online. They have changed the descriptions on Blick, so they are no longer advertised as having lilac and lavender in it. But if you find a place that says they do, Michael's, for example, didn't even list the colors, so you wouldn't be guaranteed that there would be lilac or lavender in it. Even if you watch this video like a year from now and you're still looking for it, you never know. some of these stores could have these boxes that have been sitting around for years. So you might get lucky and just find them in store. You can look for them on garage sales, eBay. You can always look on eBay. eBay sellers, if they know what they're selling, it usually tends to be high. If they have no idea what's worth in their in what they're selling, then you might get a good price on it. So those are some ideas to keep in mind on where to find these. I hope you guys have good luck finding these if you want to. And I'm so excited to see these new colors, Amethyst and Orchid, that Prismacolor is coming out with. I'm glad that they are replacing them, and it should be fun to see what is coming. We get 2 more colors, so now we'll have 152 Prismacolor colors, even though we lost 2. If you liked this video about finding the Prismacolors, I have a whole video on a bunch of the rare colors from other brands, Prismacolor, Sharpie, Crayola, some of these other companies, and you can check that video out. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I will be putting this on my website. I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. I just got an update from the University of Georgia, and they said this item is back ordered. So I don't think they're going to be able to send me this item, unfortunately. So I will have to try the boxes if I want to get some extra ones.